Welcome to yet another video of Dewey's Math Maker videos on YouTube. This is going to cover section 3.3 of our pre-calculus course, where we learn to complete long division and synthetic division of polynomials. Basically, where you have a polynomial such as this one, and you want to divide it by another polynomial, perhaps this one. We're going to learn how to do that using long division, and we're also going to use shorthand synthetic division for certain types of divisors. So, a little refresher, some terminology. The value that goes inside the division box is called the dividend. The value on the outside that you're dividing the dividend by is called the divisor, and the answer or the result is called the quotient. So for example, back in the day when you would do long division in middle school, you might divide 48 by 6, and you know that goes 8 times, and it divides evenly, and you get a remainder of 0. 6 and 8 are thus factors that equal 48 when you multiply them. And you know that because you have a remainder of 0. Now, if you have a divisor that doesn't divide evenly into your dividend, you're going to end up with, let's see, 9 times 5 is 45. You end up with a remainder. So let's introduce some of the terminology for our long division of polynomials. This will be your starting polynomial. This will, and usually is called like p of x. The result or answer is called the quotient polynomial. And you may have a polynomial for a remainder, or you may have a 0 remainder. And then this is the divisor polynomial, typically called d of x. You don't have to get too caught up in these, but if you happen to see these designations, this is where they come from. So let's talk about finding factors of polynomials algebraically by performing long division of polynomials to find the quotient and whether the remainder is 0 or whether there is a polynomial remainder. So let's take a look at an example. Let's take our polynomial that we want to divide. It's a trinomial, and you've been told that x minus 1 is a factor, that there is some polynomial times x minus 1 that will generate this polynomial. Now actually this polynomial is pretty easily factored, but we're going to use it to establish an understanding of long division. So you have your division symbol or box. Your polynomial goes inside the box, and that's the dividend. Outside you have your binomial, in this case a factor of x minus 1, that is your divisor. Like long division, you want to ask yourself the following question: how many times does this term x go into x squared? That's where the process starts. And we know x times x makes x squared. So this is a good starting point. You're going to take x times x is x squared, and then x times negative 1, which is negative x. But remember, in long division, you are subtracting off these values. So I like to change the sign to subtraction, and whatever this sign is, it gets changed as well. And now I can just add the terms. So I'm adding x squared minus x squared, which we know cancels, and negative 3x plus x generates a negative 2x. Just like in long division, you have to bring your next term down. And you'll ask yourself that question again: how many times does x go into negative 2x? Well, that's a negative 2. Negative 2 times x generates negative 2x, and negative 2 times negative 1 generates a positive 2. So this was a negative 2x and a positive 2. But because you have to subtract this off, change that sign to positive and this sign to negative. You take the opposite of the signs. This cancels out, and 2 plus negative 2 generates a remainder of 0. And so because the remainder is 0, that confirms that this polynomial up here is also a factor of your starting polynomial function. So the full factorization is x minus 1 times x minus 2. And you could FOIL this out and you would get what you started with. Now I'm going to demonstrate another example, because if you can do this along with me, it really takes a fair amount of practice to do polynomial long division. And I want to emphasize a couple of things. First, if your polynomial, that is your dividend, is missing a term, like it's missing, say, the linear term, always fill it in with a 0 coefficient. So if there was no linear term here, you'd write plus 0x. If this was quadratic and you were missing the squared term, you'd write plus 0x squared. In this case, we're not missing any terms, so we're going to start the process for long division. We're told either that this is a factor, or we're asked to go ahead and divide and see if it is a factor. If the remainder is 0, like the problem up above, then this is a factor. So you start by asking yourself, how many times does x go into 2x squared? Or what do you need as a multiplier to make 2x squared? I have an x, so I need another 2x, because that product generates 2x squared. Make sure you multiply 2x times any other term in your divisor, and I get negative 6x. Remember that you are subtracting off this term, so subtract each term and then carefully combine, and it looks like when I combine these terms I get x as a result. Bring down whatever your next term is and ask yourself, how many times does my divisor go into this? It clearly goes one time, so it's plus 1. You always need a positive or negative sign up here. And it goes one time. Subtract off your terms. Remainder 0. And life is good. You've confirmed that x minus 3 is a factor, and then the other factor of your trinomial is this binomial that was in the quotient. Finally, how about an example where there is a remainder? Let's have our divisor be x minus 4, our polynomial be 3x squared plus 6x minus 2. So again, we're going to start here with how many times does x go into 3x squared? We're missing a factor of 3x. Multiply it out. Multiply the next two terms, 3x minus 4, negative 12x. Subtract off your terms, and I get 18x. Bring down your next term. And again, I wasn't missing any terms here. You always want to check. How many times does x go into 18x? Well, that goes 18 times. 18 times x, and then 18 times negative 4, which I believe I've already done. 18 times negative 4, I believe, is 72. Remember, again, you're subtracting off these terms, so you have to change the signs. And negative 2 plus 72 yields positive 70. So x minus 4 is not a factor, and the quotient polynomial, if you need it, that results from this polynomial division is 3x plus 18, but you have a remainder. Grab whatever the remainder is and write it over the divisor, just like you were writing a fractional remainder to a long division problem. So there you have it. Here's your answer, your quotient to this long division problem. There is an interesting theorem called the Remainder Theorem in algebra. And what that Remainder Theorem tells you is if you do polynomial division and you get a remainder, the remainder is the value of your polynomial function at the zero associated with this factor. So x minus 4, if that is a factor, it means that x equals 4 is the zero of the function where it crosses the x-axis. So the value of this polynomial, I'll call it p, for the input x equals 4 is exactly equal to 70. And this is called the Remainder Theorem. You could check this by taking your original polynomial function, that was 3x squared plus 6x minus 2, and calculating the value for the input 4. 3 times the quantity 4 squared plus 6 times 4 minus 2. I'm evaluating for the value 4. And when I evaluate this and simplify it, I do get the value 70. So again, this is the Remainder Theorem. That the Remainder Theorem says whatever your remainder is from polynomial division, rewrite your divisor as the 0 and the value of your polynomial at that input. So it actually wasn't a 0, but rewrite it as x equals 4. I need to correct myself there. It's not a 0, otherwise there would have been a remainder of 0. But for this value x equals 4, the polynomial delivers an output value of 70. So that is the Remainder Theorem. You'll find it written in your textbook. It's a little bit confusing, but here's the reading of it. When a polynomial p of x is divided by some factor, or divided by a binomial, in the form x minus c, the remainder is equal to the value of the polynomial for the input value of c. So you have to change that x minus c equal to the value c for your polynomial. You saw it in action here though, and I think it's a little bit easier to see it when it's in action. This is the end of polynomial division using long division. The next video will be synthetic division of polynomials.